Hello everyone, this is Harshita Suresh and this is my third module, part 3, on the topic active and passive voice. A little about myself before we begin. I am currently studying in the second year of BSc Electronic Media and I aspire to become a designer and journalist. I am an ardent grammar Nazi, I'm so particular about my English, and I love music and any art form as such. So this is what we will be covering today. Firstly, we will take a small detour and recap whatever we've learned till now. And secondly, we'll be looking at the different various tenses and analyzing how the active and passive verbs will vary thereby in the according sentences. So, recap, we'll be looking at the difference between active and passive voices. Point number 1. There is an auxiliary verb attached to the main verb when a sentence in active voice is converted to passive. So basically what they're saying is that passive voice will contain an auxiliary verb that wasn't there previously in the active voice of that same sentence. The cat chased the rat was chased by the cat. Here the cat is our subject, rat is our object in the first sentence. That is an active voice. The rat here becomes the subject and the cat becomes the object in the second sentence. Chased remains the verb, but there is an addition, was chased by the cat in the second sentence in the passive form of the sentence. So here was is your auxiliary verb. So that is the first difference between active and passive voice. Point number 2. The verb needn't always be the same when a sentence is converted from active to passive voice. It either takes a same or similar form according to the situation. So here's an example. The old man wrote his will. The will was written by the old man. Old man, subject, will, object, wrote, verb. Second sentence. Will was the subject, old man, object, was written is the verb. Was auxiliary verb as according to the first point. Now the first sentence is in active voice and the second one is in passive voice. Here both wrote and written are forms of the verb write. But then it's taken a similar form, not the same one. And this is another difference between active and passive voices. And the last point, third point, when the verb is changed from active to passive voice, the object in the active voice becomes the subject in the passive voice and vice versa. Let us look at it in the example. Jane rode on the horse. The horse was ridden by Jane. Here in the first sentence, Jane is the subject, horse is the object, and it is an active voice. In the second sentence, the horse is the subject and Jane is the object, and it is in passive voice. Do you see how Jane, which was the subject in the first sentence, has become the object in the second sentence? And similarly, horse, which is the object in the first sentence, has become the subject of the second sentence. And this is the last difference between active and passive voices. Now let's take up an example. Now we'll be going into the second part of what we'll be covering today. We'll be looking at various tenses and analyzing how the active and passive voices will change thereby. So this is our basic sentence. The bear takes honey. The bear takes honey. So we have a small tabular column with the various tenses here. And we will look into and analyze how the active and passive voices change accordingly. The verbs, I mean. So we have here 7 tenses and I will read it out. Simple present, present continuous, present perfect, simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and simple future. So we will be starting with simple present. In the active voice, take or takes. In the passive voice, is taken or are taken. In simple present, the bear takes honey. This was our example sentence and it remains so because we took it in simple present. The bear here is the subject, honey is the object, takes is the verb. So this is an active voice. The honey is taken by the bear. Is taken is being your auxiliary verb. Whole verb taken is your main verb. Honey again subject, bear object. So this is a simple sentence. Let us look at the next example. We'll be taking the tense present continuous. So in the present tense, but it is a continuous action unlike the previous one. Under active voice, am taking, is taking and are taking. It will be converted into the passive voice as is being taken, are being taken. Let's look at the example. Present continuous, the bear is taking honey. The bear is taking honey. It is in the process of taking honey. So the bear is taking honey is in present continuous tense and it is in the active voice. Bear being the subject, honey being the object, is taking together is the verb. Present continuous tense. For this sentence, how do you change it into passive voice? Honey is being taken by the bear. It conveys the same thing. It is in present continuous, but then it also has an auxiliary verb in the sentence. So honey is your subject, bear verb, object, is being taken is your verb. And the second sentence is your passive voice. The third type, present perfect. So a perfect tense always has the word has or have in it. Let us see. In the active thing, active voice, has taken, have taken, converts into has been taken, have been taken in your passive voice. Let's look at the example. In your present perfect tense, active voice, the bear has taken honey. I'm sorry, this is a small mistake. Has taken, not has takes. The bear has taken honey. So the bear here is the subject, honey is the object, and has taken is together jointly the verb. And this is an active voice. In the second sentence, honey has been taken by the bear. Here, honey is the subject, bear is the object, has been taken is your verb. Has taken is remained, and there is an extra been. And that is the difference between the first sentence, which is an active voice, and the second sentence, which is a passive voice. The next one. We finished up with this present tense, and now we're going into the past tense. Again, simple past. In active voice, you can say took. Passive, was taken, were being taken. Was taken is for singular, were being taken is for plural form. Let's look at the example. In simple past, the bear took honey. Honey was taken by the bear. Very simple. The bear took honey. Here the bear is the subject, honey is the object, took, simple, just the verb. And this is an active voice. The honey was taken by the bear. Honey here is the subject, bear is the object. Again, reversal from subject to object, object to subject. Honey, subject, bear, object, was taken by verb. So here that is the taken is your main verb and was auxiliary verb. First sentence active voice, second sentence passive voice. Fourth word. Fourth tense is the past continuous. So it is a continuous action, but it was done in the past. So their examples are was taking, were taking in the active voice, and the passive voice is was being taken and were being taken. That is, the was being taken is for singular, while were being taken is for plural tense, plural form. Let's look at the example for past continuous. The bear was taking honey. Honey was being taken by the bear. This is similar to the present continuous, but just that is now replaced by was in both active and passive voices. So the bear was taking honey. The bear is your subject. Honey, object. Was taking together is your verb. And this sentence is in active voice. In the second sentence, honey was being taken by the bear. Honey here is a subject. Bear is the object. Was being taken is your verb. Being is the extra addition to the verb in the second sentence. And this is your passive voice. Let's look at the sixth one. Past perfect. It's just like present perfect. It has a had instead of has or have. That's the only difference. So, active voice had taken, passive voice had been taken, irrespective of the singular or plural tense. Past perfect. Example, the bear had taken honey. Honey had been taken by the bear. In a first sentence, which is in active voice, the bear is your subject. Had taken honey, honey is your object. Had taken is the verb altogether. Again, active voice. In the second sentence, honey had been taken by the bear. Honey is your subject. Bear is your object. Had been taken is the verb. Had been taken. Again, been is your extra addition to the verb. And this is in passive voice. The last tense, we finished present tense, past tense, and now we go to future. Simple future. In the active voice, will take, shall take. Passive voice, will be taken, shall be taken. Simple future, this is the example. The bear will take honey. That is an active voice. And the passive form is the honey will be taken by the bear. So the first sentence, bear is the subject, honey is again the object, will take is the verb, active voice. In the second sentence, which happens to be passive voice, honey is the subject, bear is the object, will be taken is the verb. Will take, will be taken. Be, auxiliary verb. So we looked into all the 7 tenses, and the only thing we realized is that both the subject and the object for active and passive respectively don't change. But it is only the verb form which changes throughout. There is always a different kind of auxiliary verb and altogether different kind of verb used for different tenses. That's all for today. Signing off is Harshita Suresh. Thank you so much. Please rate, review, recommend and share. Thank you.